Welcome back. So, if you guys watched the last video, you'll know what we're doing today. But if you didn't, we are fixing the leak on the trans on the Chevelle today. Because one, I'm tired of not being able to drive it. And two, it's leaking all over my nice concrete. Can't have that. We're gonna do that today. And then right after that, we're gonna jump to the Nova, and we're gonna pull the engine and trans out and get it kind of ready to tear down. Might even tear some of it down today. Depends on how it goes. If it goes good, great. If it don't, you'll see it next time. But that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna put it all in one video for you, because I know lately there has been a whole lot of content. So it is what it is. Sorry, I wish I could help. It's busy. We're gonna do it. So I'm gonna pull this today, and we're gonna get the Chevelle fixed. So we're gonna have at it. First thing I'm gonna do, the dipstick tube over here. Now you can't probably hardly see it. Right there. We'll get some better light here in a second. But that dipstick tube has a bolt that goes in to the back of the motor. I'm gonna take that off. Probably gonna pull the dipstick tube up a little bit, because it ain't gonna come out without some more finagling, and we ain't gonna do that. So we're gonna pull it up just a little bit. There's no ring on the bottom of it. We will replace that and then shove it back down, put that bolt on. That should cure this. So we'll fix it, get it done, get it out of the way, and we'll move on. So we're gonna jump right to that. All right, after a little bit of work, the dipstick tube is out. I don't know if you can see it there right behind that last header primary. Get you down here. Right there. And got the O-ring off of it that I put on when I put the trans in. If you can go back and see that on video, which is this one. And then the one that I ordered as a replacement, which is that one. So quite a bit bigger. I admittedly had to stretch this one on there. Knew it probably wasn't the right O-ring, but thought, hey, it'll work. Yeah, didn't work. So we're gonna put this one back in there, put the tube back in, and hope for the best. So we shall see. All right, guys, so we ran into a small issue. So like I was telling you, this is the O-ring that I had on there. This is the one that they sent. This was supposedly Turbo 350 dipstick tube O-ring. So I put this on here. I'll do it again, kind of show you. Very, very loose. Obviously that's not gonna seal. So I dipped into my big old O-ring kit here. And I ordered this because I figured, well, maybe they'll just send me the right one. I won't have to worry about it. But I found the same one in my kit, and I'll just put this one in there. No big deal. But this is probably the one I'm going to go with. It's kind of a little bit more thick than this one. About the same thickness as the one they sent, but it's kind of a size smaller, so it does go on just a bit harder, and it does have a little bit of play where it needs to seat. But I think once we put it in there, I mean, it's got a little bit, but this tube's old too, so if we put this in there and it doesn't seal, honestly I'll probably just go to a low car dipstick tube, or see if I can't find another one of these that's, I think it's 1980 or newer. They went to like the top hat style seal. It doesn't have an O-ring. It kind of just has a real thick seal here that has a flange on the end of it. So one way or the other, we'll go to that. Like I said, I ordered this one because I really didn't want to take the tube out 2 or 3 times trying to find the right O-ring that doesn't leak. So we're gonna try this one, see what happens. It's definitely a lot thicker, sticking out like this is. So I think this one should be all right. We're hoping. We're gonna throw it in there and we're gonna see what happens. So, update. That one didn't work either. So it looked promising, but getting it forced down into the pan or into the trans, it ended up cutting it because it was just a smidge too big and it wouldn't slide in. So it ended up nicking it and cutting it. So we're gonna have to see if we got something between that and this. Try it one more time. If it doesn't work, go into a different route because I'm tired of screwing with it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I can find to maybe have just a tighter fit in here, but still be just big enough where it won't cut it, but it'll actually seal. So see what I can find. Well, we got that one in. You can see it down there, the light's on it. I know it's probably a little bright, but right there. And cleaned off the area and it's still dry for now. I think that O-ring got nicked when it went in. So from what I'm seeing, where it needs to mount and where it goes in, it's not square. I think the tube's bent to a degree and I think that's causing a lot of it. So I kind of rigged it for now and zip tied it to that little bracket there to keep it from going so far over that it's cocked over in the hole. So we'll try that. I'm going to start it. I'm going to leave that bolt out of that mount, and then I had to take this little lift eye off of the intake to get the tube out. I wasn't going to take it out, but once it came up far enough, really it pretty much fell out, so that was fine. But we're going to fire it up here. I'm going to keep that light on that down there, and we'll see if it leaks. So this will also be kind of a cold start for you guys because it has been a very long time since this has been running. Get the right key here. Probably die because it's probably got to get fuel up there again. Oil pressure, not so good, cold. Yeah, it's getting a big block, don't worry. So, survey says, still dry for now. I know it is low, because obviously it's leaked everywhere. I'll let some of that stuff burn off the headers here. But if this doesn't leak, it'll be the first time in, well, the whole time I've owned it, almost 2 years, that the trans doesn't leak. So that'd be cool. Might not have much for oil pressure, but it sounds good. And yes, guys, this is still getting the big block. Just, it's been pushed back a little bit. It'll get there, don't worry. So it's still dry, but doesn't rightly mean anything, to be honest with you. So that top of that tube is roughly right here-ish, because the full mark is the hole in the tube, so it's somewhere in this area. And there's not, as you can see, there's not fluid there now. There was when we were moving stuff around and taking that out, but it's kind of leaked out and stuff, so we might have to run down to the store and grab some fluid to throw in here. I hate to put stuff in it if it's just gonna leak out, but you ain't gonna know until you put stuff in it. So I don't know. I'm not very confident that it's not gonna leak, but who knows? So I think we're gonna roll with that. I gotta go up to the store anyway to get some stuff for that real quick. So I'll probably grab some trans fluid for this, and we'll top that off, and whether it leaks or not, we'll kind of get off of that, and we'll start working on the Nova, because we'll have to order something for that, I assume, because I ain't gonna keep messing with that bent tube. So we'll get going on this when we get back. All right, so got the hood off, as you can obviously tell. It's over there. And we're just gonna get to going. I got the coolant drained already. Pretty much gonna do everything out here first, and then I will take the drive shaft, the shifter, the trans cross member, all that stuff off. But I want to get the engine ready first. We'll pull the radiator out, and probably pull some of the front accessory stuff off, just because we might as well. It's all going to get replaced for the most part anyhow. So we might as well just get some of that out of the way. Like I said, we'll get this kind of down and ready, and then we'll move on to the trans stuff and get this ready to pull out of here. So we're just going to time lapse it all and let you kind of watch. Just as easy as that. So we're pretty much down to engine mounts and starter wires on this half, and shifter, speedo cable, drive shaft, and trans cross member, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go do those things under the car, and then we will probably leave this on jack stands to keep it up just a little bit, just because it's so low on the front right now. We got to have room for that transmission to swing out of there, so we'll probably keep it up just a little bit, and then we'll get to pulling this thing out of there and see about getting the trans disconnected from it, get this on an engine stand, and basically we're just going to start tearing it down. So we're going to drop the oil in it. We'll pull the intake, we'll pull the valve covers, we'll pull all the front stuff off of it, and I think we're even going to pull the heads just to kind of check everything, make sure it's okay. I'm sure it is, but we got everything to do it, so we might as well just kind of go through everything. We'll get it all good, we'll set the heads back on, and then we'll probably set all this old stuff back on there. Obviously we'll clean it up a little bit, and then we'll paint the block and the heads and stuff. We'll take this stuff back off, and then we can put all of our good stuff. So we'll get everything done to the engine first, and then we will do that. So that's the plan. I'm going to go in there, and we'll see you when this thing is ready to pull out of here. We are ready to pull. So everything should be unhooked. So engine mounts, all the wiring, Exhaust is off, it's back there. All the trans stuff is unhooked. The only thing that is not done is the cross member is not taken out. So I need to jack the trans up, slide that cross member out. I'm gonna hook up to this first, and then we'll do that. And basically, I'm just gonna kind of time lapse it. It'll be a video, but we'll just kind of speed it up a little bit or overlay it with something. So we'll do that, and we'll get this thing sitting right there. And just like that, it is out. And there's a hole where it was. So plan is, like we talked about, we're gonna get this on a stand, get it torn down, go through it. The trans is good. Clutch is obviously brand new. We just did that. But I am going to take the shifter off of here. I'm going to take it apart, clean it, lube it up, because it is very hard to get in reverse. So just want to kind of go through that. It is a Hurst super shifter. You can see right there. So it's a good shifter, but just want to clean it up a little bit. Probably clean the rods up. Obviously, we're going to wash everything as good as we can while it's out. Get all the gunk off of it, and we're going to do the same with the car. So I'll probably slide this outside at some point, try and get all as much of the grime and stuff off as I can, off of the steering box and all that good stuff. Power wash it real good. Might come in here and, you know, restore it, paint it up, make it look nice under the hood at the very least. Don't know how far we're going to go with that, but I would like to clean up some of the wiring. I mean, the engine's going to look nice and new and pretty, so I might relume some of that. It's just old brittle stuff, so we'll go with that. But also, the fuel tank does have to come out. As you remember, there's one over there, so might get rid of one of these, this return line, because we will not be using it, as well as the evap canister. We'll get rid of that and just kind of clean it up as much as possible up here. I know that's not going to be super hard, but we just want to make sure that it looks as good as possible when you open the hood. So we'll do that. We'll probably kind of paint the hinges up too. We might soak them for a little bit, make sure they're nice and freed up. This one actually goes up and down pretty good, but obviously we want it to go up and down as good as possible. So we'll do that. While everything is out, we might go ahead and patch the floors, since we can get to everything underneath, just to make sure we do it as good as possible. But yeah, otherwise, that's probably going to do it for this episode. Next time we will come back and we will tear this down, clean everything up. It's getting a little too dark out right now. By the time I started on things, it'd be dark. That's December. So yeah, also we will put probably the rest of the good freeze plugs in that kit. I'll just go ahead and do them all since we're out. I don't want to do all this brand new and then put it in there and have a frost plug leak. That'd be kind of kind of crappy. So yeah, that's where we're at, and that's what we're gonna do. Appreciate you guys watching. Always appreciate it. Subscribing, liking, all that. We all appreciate it. We use the money straight towards this stuff, so that's what keeps us going. And if you could come back,